let me introduce you guys to who we're having onto the stream tonight. We got Mayor Menace. If you guys don't know who Mayor Menace is one of the best up-and-coming lolcows. I play rivals with him all the time. He really reminds me of Morty.
One of the best up-and-coming lolcows.
Lolcow commentators. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Put me in the mud.
Yeah, they're just dragging him, bro. They're just dragging him. But yeah, Mayor Menace is one of the best up-and-coming lolcow content creators.
You see, earlier yesterday morning, I was told that I would never be able to sing again because I'd be putting my voice at risk. Like, I really was tempted to sell all my gear and just be like, I'm throwing them in the damn towel. Because, what would be the point of me keeping...
See, that's what I like to hear. Okay, I'm throwing in the towel.
Well, about an hour before our power went out, due to a drunk driver hitting a pole, one of my buddies I ain't talked to in many years. Like, I ain't seen this dude since probably like 5th grade. Well, apparently this dude has been watching what's been going on. Me and him got to talking and catching up. And he's like, dude, I seen your latest video as well, where you were talking about retiring. I've also seen all your vocal covers up to date. I've never heard more wise words kind of come out of somebody's mouth in my entire life. And this dude's as old as I am. But this man told me something that really, it made me look at things in a whole different way. He said, the way I see it, man, you got 2 options. He probably says, like, man, I've known you since, basically you were born practically. He's like, dude, you survived birth. With a 1% chance of survival, you survived that. People that have that low of a percent of living when they're born usually don't make it. He said, but you, not only did you survive that, you were born with a gift.
Okay, now it's time to talk about what Cyraxx has been going on. If you didn't know, Cyraxx almost burnt his house down last night. So, after Cyraxx was gifted a brand new plugin, like, I don't even know what you could plug into your wall that would, like, take all your power out and literally almost burn the place down, but freaking Cyraxx done it. Cyraxx done it. Someone sent him something, and he's like, well, you say I can plug it in the wall, motherfucker, I will plug it in the wall. No one's going to tell me what to do. And he sticks it right in. Instead of having something nice going on for him, the dude almost burns his house down. The power goes out all day, and they had to go to a Motel 6.
Gifts can be born in the darkest times. He said, right now, this is one of your darkest times. You got the trolls trying to shut you down and trying to ruin your life entirely and make it to where you can't make a living off of nothing. You have people out here trying to ruin your reputation, ruin who you are, destroy everything you worked so hard to build.
Negative money. Cyraxx owes them for having to spend something.
With the existential kill count he has on Xboxes, he is definitely going negative.
Bro, Sally's at least going negative for something. Sally's got to spend more money on Xboxes because you know what Cyraxx is doing, Menace. Mom, I know they shut the power off, and I know almost burned down the house, but this isn't the time to focus on that. What we gotta do right now is you gotta buy me an Xbox because my career is far more valuable than whatever the hell you got going on. You've gotta buy this so I can make my $180 on Twitch again.
You can blow your voice.
What up, Cheeseborg? Berg.
But he finally told me this. He's like, with the right training and the right help that I'm going to get you, that ain't gonna happen. He said, "You're one of my best friends, man. I've watched you go through hell and back. I've watched you break down to the fullest extent.
Nice to see
I've watched
the
these
flute
motherfuckers
holes
beat
in his
you
wall.
down to where you
Use it as a flute.
felt dehumanized." He looked at me, he's like, "Man, you're one of the best vocalists I've ever seen in my life. You worked your ass off for 10 plus years to get to this point. And a doctor telling you that you ain't going to be able to sing again? Are you really going to let that stop you?"
Bro, who hears that in your life? Who the hell hears that? Like, if you go to the hospital, ain't nobody give a damn what you do. Those nurses want you in and they want you out. And especially if Cyraxx was sitting there singing for him, bro, no one would tell him, "Hey man, that guy's worth it. That guy's gonna make it someday." They might be telling him that because they feel a little bit sorry for him. Alright. Menace, we gotta pull up the sound of silence from Cyraxx real quick. Let's go ahead.
I was just thinking about that when he talked about the singing.
Bro, I guarantee you every single one of us was. Because if you're thinking about Cyraxx and you hear him mentioning singing, this is the first
I'm pretty
thing
sure
that comes
that's what
up.
he's saying to the nurses.
I was pretty sure.
The sound of silence is really disheartening. He was giving it his all. This is like peak Cyraxx.
Bro,
like if
this is
rappers were to have a peak in their careers, this is like Cyraxx's.
I guarantee you when someone's shooting up the H, you know, for their final time, when it's game over, this is what they hear at the end of their life, bro. Just Cyraxx's sound of silence, just slowly guiding them on to the end. Do you guys honestly think anyone who's singing at that spectacular rate? I mean, this guy has the vocal cords of an angel, right? Right? You guys heard it.
I'm actually surprised he didn't pop off.
I'm surprised he didn't. I really wanted him to go like metalcore during the middle of it. I really did. But do you think that the nurses were telling me, "Yeah, this guy right here, he is the next up. This guy's gonna make it in this world"? No. If anything, they're just like consoling him, like, "Yes, Cyraxx, your vocal cords are gonna be all right." But we really know the reality of this situation. His vocal cords are just fine. They
probably thought he was taking his final breaths.
And honestly,
put him on a ventilator.
You might need to. If he's sounding like that, you really might need to hook him up to the ventilator.
Oh boy, Code Blue.
Code Blue, he's not gonna make it. We're gonna have to give this boy a tracheotomy. Something is wrong here.
The risk is worth the reward.
No, the reward is you losing your vocal cords, because people would have to stop hearing it. And that way, we could have like some silent rages, you know what I'm saying? Instead of him doing like 30-40 minute vocal covers, it would be pure rage every bit of the way.
I'm sounding like a zombie from Black Ops 2. He's just screaming the whole time.
From Black Ops 2. I think that's where he learned his metal cord, you know. Cyraxx, he can't really understand what the people are saying in the songs. They're singing just a little too fast for him to process. So that's where he had to learn, just the screeches from Black Ops Zombies.
Life is all about gambling. Life is all about risk versus reward. And he told me, he's like, "I'll bet you right now, I guarantee you, in about a year, 2 years from now, you keep on the path that you're going on right this second and ignoring these motherfuckers, sticking to your shit, eventually good shit's gonna come back around."
It's all risk versus reward, people. You know, you have an option every time you're catching hate on a live stream. You can either flash the stream and get everything taken down, or you can just sit there and rage. And what are you going to choose? Are you a good American? Are you a good European? Are you a good Asian? Are you a good Latino? Well, if you are, you know what to choose. You stand up and you flash that stream, because the risk versus reward, it's just too much, you know. You gotta seek the reward. You gotta get your enemies taken down, no matter what the cost. This doesn't even require a caption log entry, because this is dead serious.
And these guys, they ain't gonna be doing nothing except sitting there watching you be successful, wishing we're in your position, wishing they had that skill and that talent that you have. He went out and said, he's like, yeah, you might not be no Jonathan Davis. You might not be no Chester Bennington or Waylon Jennings. And you sure as hell might not be any Elvis Presley. He's like, but man, you have one of the best rock vocals I've ever heard in my damn life.
We weren't lying about the screams. He was sitting there in the hospital. We're just going to like pretend that this is true for just a half a second. You know Cyraxx, if he was in any amount of distress, he's screaming in that hospital. And those people were like, man, he really is bending the music genres right here. I've never heard a screech like that. Do you guys remember when Marty got a hold of him? Menace, have you ever heard a screech like that in your life?
No, never.
No, I haven't, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing that was the neighbors and not Cyraxx. It 100,000% wasn't Cyraxx.
You know, these trolls out here, they ain't going nowhere in life. They're out here stealing from people to make money because they ain't got no damn talent themselves. They're too damn lazy to go out and do what people like me and so many others are doing. Oh, stop making this up, stop doing this, stop doing that, blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You ain't in my position.
He acts like so much goes on behind the scenes, but he doesn't even go outside. Like, he doesn't leave the attic.
You ain't in my house. You ain't paying my bills. All y'all that sit out here and run your mouths, you're just talking shit. And, you know, his dad actually ended up coming in shortly after that conversation, ended up catching up with his old man. And I guess his dad overheard the conversation. And bless his heart, man. I love my friend's dad to death, don't get me wrong. His dad is like a second dad to me. Love this man to death. I would go to war for this mother. And he said this, and this made me laugh. But it's one of the truest things I ever heard. He's like, man, yeah, I might not appreciate a lot of what's going on. I'll admit that. He's like, but you sure as hell don't deserve this shit. But then he turned around and said this, which made me fucking crack up.
Well, let's hear this. I was about to pause it.
I might not be a fan of the screams, you know, of like the harsh, you know, metal screams and shit like that. But he's like, you know what? Yeah, sure. In my eyes, he might sound like a dying cat whenever you do those metal screams. But you know what? My son,
you might sound like a dying cat. Or look,
you got talent.
At least he told the truth in some regard.
A little bit. You know, the regardness in Cyraxx caught up with him.
Like a dying cat in my eyes. Because just to me, I don't listen to that kind of music. You know that. But he's like, you know what? My son's right, though. You got talent. All they're doing is sitting there on their damn little pads and their phones and their little computer screens talking all day. They ain't out here actually putting in that work like you're putting in. It was me said, what are you going to choose to be tomorrow or the next day?
A predator. That's what Cyraxx chooses to be that day and the day after that. Even if Cyraxx is like, you know what? It's all over. I'm not going to do this anymore. I just keep getting caught up. You know, as soon as Glory Hole or anyone of that matters, like, just texts Cyraxx a little bit, he's going to be like, yeah, how are you doing? It's your turn, cutie. You know, I'm 35, but I look 14.
He's been doing this stuff since, like, he started adulthood. He's never going to stop. Like, that's just going to be Cyraxx.
What's even worse, Menace, is that Cyraxx was 23 in high school, bro. I feel so bad for those freshmen, those sophomores, those juniors. Bro, you got a 23-year-old Cyraxx running around there. He's never changed once in his life. He's pulling some Earl Doobies.
And at that time, he's already looking like he's 30-something. I don't know how he looked the way he did at that age. Like,
if you guys
to be
have ever
honest,
seen the picture of Cyraxx hanging out with Sally at the red truck when he's balding, I'm pretty sure that was his. No, it wasn't his graduation picture because Cyraxx never graduated somehow.
So the choice is yours. But if I was you, I'd say fuck these guys because their opinions, what they say on your videos, don't matter. What they say to you in real life, on the streets, don't matter. Reason why they say that is because they're upset with themselves. They feel like they ain't got something going on in their life. Themselves feel like they're bad. He's like, I see the comments. I see what they say to you. Am I okay with it? No. Does it piss me off? Yeah. But
okay, let's ignore that this is Cyraxx for a little bit, right, guys? Let's ignore that. Cyraxx's father has literally refused to talk to him for the majority of his life.
We all have haters. He said, take a look at me. He asked, he's like, how long have I been doing construction for? Told him pretty much as long as I've known you guys. You know, as long as I've known your son, and as long as I've known you. And he looked at me, do you know how many haters, how many people that I work with that I don't like, that I don't get along with? And I told him, I was like, honestly, I don't know. He's like, quite a few. But you know what? I don't let what they say faze me. I don't let what they say get to me because I know at the end of the day,
I think working on a construction site with
That,
people in person is way different than dealing with thousands of people hating on you on the internet.
Well, what's so crazy about that is, like, Rupel is hiding his identity from these people. I'm pretty sure he literally changed his name to get away from his allegations. And the fact that Cyraxx is so notorious on the internet has brought that up more and more. I'm surprised he can even get a job out in Alaska. Maybe there's not many willing participants to work, but I don't know, man.
watching you grow up, you've been one of the hardest workers I've ever met. In school, out of school, coming over helping me and my son after I get home from work on the weekends. You've always been a hard worker. Even when got tough, you were there.
No, you wasn't. You have never been a hard worker in your life. Listen, guys. Gordon gave Cyraxx the best advice anybody could ever hear, alright? So when it comes to Cyraxx and working, alright, if you have a passion in your life, right? Say something like something you want to do, like you want to be like a musician, you want to be an artist, you want to be like an author or something like that. What you gotta do is, you should be working a regular job until that passion of yours starts to pay off. And when it starts paying off, you can slowly start slacking off the work. But Cyraxx has never done that, and this is exactly what Gordon told him. Here's the thing, Chilla. Yeah, I was a hard worker my entire life. My stepdad may have told me that I need to focus on a real job, and then eventually I'll be able to get like my career going as a rapper. But if I'm not earning any money as a rapper, I don't want to work a real job. That's bull. Do you think Lil Wayne worked a real job? No, because he got famous at 14. Cyraxx goes and watches these documentaries like of music artists and stuff like that, and just ends up believing that, you know, that's me right there. That's me. But they've never faced the challenges that I have. I've never been able to capture an audience without them hating on me. And that's your fault, Cyraxx. It's because of the actions that you do and the talent that you possess. You need to be you need to be sitting outside of like somewhere where there's no people involved. Like there's no children, there's no one that you could talk. He needs to be like a lighthouse keeper, bro. He just needs to sit up there, guide the boats. And I'm pretty sure all lighthouses anymore are like automated. But bro, if there's any job this dude needs, it's pure isolation. Needs to be away from everybody because the music ain't working out, the art isn't working out, the clothing design isn't working. Hey, one of my favorite things I've ever heard Cyraxx say is, he was like, listen, I don't have my own clothing brand. That's f***ed up. How am I not going to have my own clothing brand? Everyone else in the world does. It's like, no, Cyraxx, you've actually got to have talent. There's a reason you guys don't see me like promoting, like, hey, buy these shirts here from Teesprings. It says something or another. It's because if I was ever going to do that, it would have to be something decent. Something that you guys could actually wear in real life. Like, do you guys think I'd be giving you guys shirts like, Daniel Larson is a predator? Who the hell wants a shirt claiming that someone is a predator on it? Like, that's something you put up
Daniel
in your
Larson
closet.
with his big old red nose. That'd be a beautiful shirt.
Bro, I'm pretty sure after the Marty fight, Cyraxx could have led Santa's sleigh. He applied, but, you know, Santa was like, we don't hire predators on this sleigh, homie.
I promise you, on my dying breath, that 5-10 years from now, when you're off doing your own thing, these motherfuckers are going to be a goddamn speck in your rear view mirror, man. Because these guys, they don't mean. Don't let these motherfuckers and their words, don't let them fool you. Don't let their words get to you. You guys are going to go down and you guys are going to get that dealt with in due time. And if y'all aren't able to get it done, let me tell you right now.
I really did not understand half of that sentence. All her is
by putting money into what these people are saying, you're wasting your money. He said, time is.
Well, it's fortunate that you've never earned any money, Cyraxx. And, I'm just taking a guess here. But by making this video, isn't that you putting weight into what people were saying? I'm just gonna say it is, because if you truly didn't care what was going on around you, you would never make these videos. You would focus on the things that you do best. And what you do best is, well, being a lolcow. In fact, he's doing what he's doing best at the moment. But in general, what Cyraxx thinks he does best, you know, art, music, you would be focusing all of your time on that. And I mentioned it in my last video that we did on Cyraxx, right? But I think it's something great to bring up here right now. It says, Cyraxx, if you truly wanted to be like a music artist, or like wanted to draw people bought it, you have to commit so much of your time to that craft. Like, you have to mold your image. You have to be someone that people want to envy. Like, that's like a majority of music right there. Like, you can't just be some guy who sings good. I think Logic said it best, right? The best rapper of all time, the best singer of all times, is probably bagging groceries, because they were never found, they were never given a chance, they didn't have a look that was like envious to the modern population. And that's something that Cyraxx would never win. Now, on like the off chance that Cyraxx was ever discovered by an artist or something like that, let's say like someone like Chester Bennington did listen to him, even though that's a lie in itself. Let's say they did. They'd be like, man, this Cyraxx guy, he is 100,000% great PR. If I can get this dude going, people are going to love me for what I've done. And they would give you a chance, and they give you chance after chance, no pun intended. But for real though, but Cyraxx is such a terrible person, that's not even a reality. And that you can just completely forget like the talent besides it. You know? Like, there's no talent there.
You can start putting money into what you want to do. Your time is your money. Stop giving these motherfuckers free rides. Because they ain't paying you for free. They ain't paying you for a ride. They ain't out here paying your bills. They don't get to tell you what to do. They said, who helps pay the bills in the house? Like whenever you and your family get bills, who is it that pays the bills? I thought on my mom and my stepdad. Alright. Whenever you get extra money, what do you end up doing? You end up giving it to them to help pay bills. He said, there you go. Whether these motherfuckers realize it or not, you are helping out your family in any way you can. Because they ain't right. They ain't ever gonna be right. he said, he flat out told me, he was
Love
like,
how no
I know you help
matter
your
how
mom.
hard he tries, the lighting is terrible. Like, no matter which way he turns the ring light, it's too dark when he turns it around, and if he turns it the other way, it's just too bright. And he just doesn't understand how lighting works.
Bro, Menace, guys.
The struggle with him is gonna be forever the lighting.
The last couple, so I sometimes I don't really take too many like screenshots for profile pictures. I'm just so used to the lolcows, like especially since like Tofiachu is like one of the main cows we cover on the channel. Tofiachu is so big shouldered, right? This is just like some behind the scenes info. Tofiachu is so big shouldered that she is almost impossible to catch for a good thumbnail. I mean, I have literally sit through like an hour plus of Tofiachu content, like her TikToks and her lives, just like waiting on like a thumbnail picture, and it just never pops up because she's just too big to like fit seamlessly with like 3 people around her. You guys know how I do my thumbnails, right? And Cyraxx is a little bit different. This guy is thumbnail gold. But what I haven't been able to catch near the pictures that Menace has. Like the one that's on the live stream right now. Menace caught it, bro.
Beautiful shots.
It was pretty good because it encapsulates what we don't see of Cyraxx. We see Cyraxx in like a 240p version, right, guys? We don't even get to see him like real humans. And this is how we view Cyraxx as. But when Marty was out there throwing hands with Menace, Slasher, you don't think I'm
throwing
trying?
Hands with me?
Just throwing hands. Bro, I'm sorry.
Cyraxx is pulling up now?
Bro, I'm literally like, I'm putting Menace under the bus all night and just saying, go.
Destroying me.
Just throwing him right under there. But when Marty...
obstacles in my way.
When Marty was throwing hands with Menace... Oh my god, I did it. I'm playing. I did that one on purpose. When Marty was throwing hands with Cyraxx, bro, like, I don't even know where I was going with this now. We are going to continue on with the video. So when Marty was throwing hands with Cyraxx, right? I don't even think you can say it like that because it was, come here, buddy boy, come here. And it just ended up very poorly for Cyraxx. He told us that Cyraxx is 1,000. Bro, thank God I just didn't say your name again, right? Bro, he's like, Cyraxx is 1,000% more terrifying looking than you guys even know. And we always like, haha, Marty's like been funny right now. No, it's truthful. Because when Big T put the high quality camera on him, it was terrifying. And just these random shots Menace have been finding, and he sent me a few of them. Bro, Cyraxx is a scary looking motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, what Blind Billy went through, thank God he's blind. I'm not even, no jest right here. I'm not even joking, bro. Because that's got to be a terrifying look to be coming at you in the middle of the night. Thank God Cyraxx is so easily defeatable, bro. Because if he wasn't, yeah, bro. He's a literal horror movie character.
I hope y'all learned something from this. And if you are going through something very similar to what I'm going through and dealing with a bunch of idiots, fuck this.
Listen, if you're going through what I'm going through, you know, every single night I go down to my grandma, well, I guess my mom and my stepdad, and I say, guys, please, just help me out a little bit. You know, I know you're smarter than me. You can cook a Hot Pocket like nobody else in this world. Would you just please, for the love of God, help me out with this situation? And Sally, with the little bit of strength she has left, as she's facing dialysis, as she's just sitting there suffering, she says, you know what, Cyraxx? I will help you. Just please, God, go up to your room so I can lock that damn door. And as Sally stumbles up there right along with them, Just like when Frankenstein created his monster, she slams the door shut, she locks it, and she runs back to her room and she says, "What the hell did I do with my life? What did I create? This is a monster." And she slips off to sleep. She slowly drifts away, woke up by the sounds of a goblin screaming, and she slowly realizes that this is the monster that I've created. This is the being that I've let loose on the world. What am I going to do? Well, just like Frankenstein, she runs away from her problems until Frankenstein, I guess the monster starts causing all kinds of problems in her life, and that's when she truly realizes maybe one day, we've not got there yet, but one day, guys, she'll realize that she's got to stop this. She's the only one capable. You know what's actually funny? I was reading Frankenstein like probably 2 or 3 months ago, and the Frankenstein story is very similar. Pizza shit with the... Alright, let me finish pizza shit. We'll hype you up in just a second. Like, the Frankenstein story is so similar in, like, a metaphorical way to Cyraxx's. It's actually insane. But then we got piece of shit with the 10 gifted members. Okay, I was reading some. Yeah, with the 10 gifted members, thank you so much. Morty was about to come on the stream, but he's out right now. We might have Morty on the stream later on in the night, if he gets back in time. I'm gonna message him. I know we all love Antimatter Morty. We all love Mayor Menace, and I love to make it a bigger show, just making it far more hype for you. And we got even more hype with the piece of shit 10 memberships. And, piece of shit, please tell me if I'm saying that right, because I'm literally just assuming you're a fan. You was a fan of John Bravo, or you're just playing on the word, like when we was all in high school playing kazoo. Menace, did you guys have that when you was in school? It was called kazoo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kazoo.
The things that made that one little noise. You kind of use them as like an instrument, though.
No, not the
like
instrument.
No.
The game where you like, you guys answer questions in the first person, right? No, what? You guys didn't play that when you was in school? Like,
no, maybe, I don't know.
My high school was shit, bro. Like, towards the end, like in my senior year, that's all we ever did, and basically like 2/3 of Kahoot. Kahoot, yeah, that's it. Kahoot. Did you not play Kahoot when you was in school?
Okay, yeah. No, I played Kahoot. Yeah. Kazoo.
Okay, yeah.
No, Kahoot.
Okay, it was called Kahoot, bro. Kazoo, yeah. Maybe I'm the regarded one. In my defense, it's been a little bit since I played Kahoot, bro, but Kahoot was legit. And basically, you was in a rush to put the funniest name in on Kahoot. So someone in class like, "Hey, who's that?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, that's me. Wait till I win this one."
I was putting like Hugh Janus on Kahoot.
Yeah, stuff like that. 100%. Kahoot was so lame, bro. I liked it. You know what I used to do? This is like a small little chinchilla story. So when, like, towards the end of like high school, like junior, senior year, I discovered Town of Salem. So I would go around and be like, "Hey, you guys want to play Town of Salem?" And I'd get like 5 or 6 people, and we would just have the best Town of Salem game played in high school, bro. Sometimes that stuff would be so good. We'd get home and be like, "Hey, you want to play Town of Salem right now?" Like, "Hell yeah, we're gonna play some Town of Salem." Bro, any mode on Town of Salem. Hey, I just thought about it. Does the captains for the Chinchilla channel, bro, we're gonna have to play some Town of Salem too. That just sounds so fun for some reason. I think that'd be legit. Chilla already had too many drinks, but hey, Brandy, thank you so much for mentioning that, because I don't think I took a drink for piece of shit's 10 memberships, and if I did, who cares? Another one, Diabosia, let's get drunk. So, originally, I was going to go on with Cyraxx. But I think right now, Executioner